Hello and welcome to that Peter Crouch podcast, the Friday edition. Bonfire and Chris Startle. Didn't you get a bonfire?
I got a bonfire shout recently.
Did you?
From nowhere.
Just out here, wasn't it?
Yeah. Literally waiting to come in the studio and bonfire.
Bonfire.
Bonfire. Also, we do need to say a quick apology to Paddy Power.
Yes.
Because the sign's knackered.
Yeah.
Sign's gone.
Sign's gone. So we've. Let me just get this one up here because we've made do.
That was actually when I did a thing for Paddy Power, and it was. You know, this is from actually released an album with Paul Potts.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah. Through Paddy Power.
Through Paddy Power, yeah.
Yeah, because then we got Paul Potts to perform at Crouch Fest, didn't we?
Yeah, that's how we got it. Yeah.
He did some stuff. The thing that blew my mind, I only found out this week, Paddy Power is a real person.
Yeah.
There is a person
Paddy.
called Paddy Power.
Yeah. I assumed
How
everyone
was
knew
I
it.
not aware of this?
Yeah.
I didn't know that until a couple of years ago until I met him. Until I met actually Paddy. Nice fella.
He's alive.
Yeah. It's Paddy Senior and then there's Paddy Junior now.
Yeah. You'd have heard him. You'd have heard his voice.
We got to get him on.
Well, he's been on loads of things.
Has he?
Yeah. Yeah, you'd have
I
definitely
did the
heard
thing
his
with him the
voice.
other day. I did the hole-in-one challenge with him.
Oh, yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, I just assumed he was like the Colonel or something. Never really sure if he exists or not.
He does. He's a real man.
I actually didn't think it was a person. I thought it was like an.
Yeah.
If I'm honest, I thought
Just
it was
thought
an
it was a
Irish.
name.
Yeah, it was something like that. You know, it was.
What does the Colonel exist? Shut up. Did he really? Yeah. Did Ronald McDonald exist?
Honestly, man, I reckon if we start down this route, there's so many that we need to know.
Wimpy?
I don't know if we've done this. Harry Ramsden.
Wendy's?
Who's Wendy?
Can we see a picture of Wind?
Yeah.
We'll be here all day.
Yeah,
Ronald McDonald's not real. Ronald McDonald's.
No, well, obviously if you saw the founder of the film, it was like the McDonald brothers, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That originated it. And I don't think there was a Ronald there. Well, it might have been Ronald, but he didn't look like a clown.
But the Colonel, we're saying was real?
Yes.
Yeah, it was real.
Seen a picture of the Colonel.
Really?
Yes.
Have you ever noticed with the Colonel, the small body he's got?
You what?
Have you ever noticed it?
The small body.
Tiny body. If you haven't seen it before, this could blow your mind. If you look at his tie, he's got a small body.
Oh, yeah. Like a stick man
He's
body.
a stick man. He's a stick man.
How have they...
He's not. That is not a tie. He's a stick man.
So, that is incredible. That's incredible. So,
Yeah.
all jokes aside, is that little knot tie or is that...
Is it a tie or is he just a stick man?
They haven't done a logo where it's like, like them footballers
you know
who
that,
used
though?
to collect. I used to collect you where you were big head and little body, you know?
But how do you know that? Like
Because
the Colonel, he might have wanted to be... Oh, he has got his tie on there.
There he is. There's the real
he
Colonel.
There's the Peckham Bright.
All
Look
right.
at that. There we go.
Yeah. He looks like he's had a bit of fried chicken in his life, to be fair, as well.
Have they moved away from the Colonel KFC now?
Why? Why would you do that?
Well, you don't see him knocking around as much, do you? With
What
the
do you mean?
adverts and that.
I know what you mean.
Well, let us know if you can think of any more of these. It would be good to kind of establish what is and isn't real out there.
Like Ali Dazzler's one that does me. Yeah, he's obviously
Yeah.
a real person. Ali Daz. And Summers.
Yeah, was she
Got
a
to be.
real...
Just saucy little thing. I wonder what Victoria's Secret was.
Yeah, what
Know
was
I
the
mean?
secret?
What was it?
Yeah.
There's loads you could do on all day with these, couldn't you?
W.H. Smith.
Oh, it has to be. Loves stationery.
Just
loves it.
I imagine a real dullard when I think of W.H.
Oh,
Smith.
come on. I mean, listen, I reckon they invented compasses. You know what I mean? They must have done.
But got their
Yeah,
money
but are we
through
saying that's one
somehow.
person?
Yeah, I'd
Yeah.
say it's like C.S. Lewis.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like W.H. Smith.
Yeah.
So imagine having a name like W.H. Smith, in this day and age, like it wouldn't work. Do you know what I mean? But like, I think
Smith.
of that age, I reckon if you brought out a shop or something, you'd have to say, "No, you got to jazz your name up a bit."
Yeah.
You know what I
I
mean?
once met one of the Wenzel's family.
Really?
once, which I got quite a buzz from when I established it.
So,
Was her.
what's that? Wenzel.
Wenzel's. It's like a bit like Greg's, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But I kind of prefer it.
Are they about Wenzel's? Is it
Yeah,
still
yeah,
going?
yeah. Was
Nice people.
Yeah. And then actually, when I met a Wenzel, because I didn't realise they were a real thing, I just assumed it was a name. Met one of the Wenzels, and then I actually met a lady who became the Baroness Wenzel. I think she did. Anyway, one of the Wenzel family. But fascinating. Some of these places, it would be good to get Captain Birdseye, Bernard Manning.
Yeah, fuck me.
I mean, when you start thinking about it,
unbelievable.
It's just,
Linda McCartney.
My brain's going overdrive now.
This is outrageous. Yeah. Boots. Like, what, what is that? Is there a...
Where are we going?
Is there a Boots?
We're just...
Do you know what I mean? John Boots. Like me?
I reckon we could do 40 minutes on this and then just call it a day. Like,
Forget this games. This is amazing.
yeah. Just, who else is there? Clark's.
Clark's?
Who's Clark?
Who is Clark's?
Yeah.
That has to be a surname. Or it could be a first name.
Oh, yeah.
Dorothy Perkins.
John Lewis.
John Lewis. Dorothy Perkins. I'd love to see Dorothy Perkins. She got to be old. She must have been born old.
Some people just are, though. Some people... I always thought that about Bruce Forsyth. You just assumed from birth they were
Old.
They were quite old.
Yeah, but that's because we were of a different generation.
Brilliant people. But yeah, I do think some people... Bruce Forsyth... Jimmy Hill. The old...
Yeah.
Yeah, but they were very old.
What, always?
Well, no, because obviously from our generation, from birth, they're old for us.
Yeah.
Is what I'm saying. So we don't know them any other way.
Yeah, but you do occasionally. I think, especially when you see old pictures from another time, you get kids in suits as well, which doesn't help things because you sort of see that. Do you remember there was a time where all kids would wear suits or jackets and tie?
But I like that about like older people of a certain generation now. When you go for like it's a christening or it's Christmas Day or they're going out for dinner, always a shirt and tie and a suit. Do you know what I mean? Like older gentlemen.
Oh, they'll do that when going down to the shop.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So when they leave the house, they look really smart. I do think that's a nice thing. Whenever I see that.
Yeah.
What about the when you see old football matches as well? You just look out at the crowd. It's all
ties.
Yeah. There is something to be said for, but you still need everyone to do it. If it's just one or two of you, it don't really work the same, does it?
They should do that.
What's that?
I was just quickly saying, we can move on to football. I think the stadium should do that. Imagine like going back in time and everyone's like, they just say everyone turn up like as they would have done in the 60s.
Yeah, have a day where you do that.
Well, where did football kits start getting worn by fans? Because you see those old photos, you don't really see any.
Well, see, that was the thing because they didn't have replica kits. I think it was more like the colours. That's where the scarf comes in.
Yeah.
And I think the scarf and the bobble hat and the rattle was the original kind of team colours.
So what will football fashion be in, another 100 years? What will it be?
Be interesting to know.
Hard to imagine, isn't it? Because if you told them then that one day all the fans are going to wear the same thing as the players, they would have gone mental.
That is pretty mad. But listen, let's crack on with the football. Ross will Google Dorothy Perkins and see if it's a real person. And
why don't we get an answer for that by the end of the podcast?
Yeah, is Dorothy Perkins a real person?
Yeah, I'll keep everyone.
We'll leave you. That's on what they call it, a hook these days,
Yeah, a
don't
bit
they?
of a tease.
All right, we'll tease you in. We'll find out if Dorothy Perkins is a real person, and we'll we'll hit you with that bombshell at the end. Interesting couple of week there we've had. Massive week for me. I've got to say. In regards to the league table, I had a 3-pointer.
Yeah.
For me, never in doubt. You boys feel slightly different, but I had 2-1 Forest.
Yeah.
Ended up being 2-1.
Last minute goal as well.
Were you watching that game?
Yes.
You was.
Oh my God, I was, because I didn't know what score I had, right? So found the whole thing infuriating. And then there was
We could tell
a
that on the
penalty
WhatsApp
shout,
group.
and oh god,
We
man.
were all really close. Sid's had 1-1.
Yeah.
I had 2-1, which was the correct result. And obviously, Chris, you had 2-2.
Yeah. And the other results as well. I mean,
No one
Everton,
saw.
unbelievable Everton getting a result at Arsenal.
And Man City.
The City game was a bit of a bore. I wasn't entertained. Was anyone entertained?
I know what you mean. Obviously, the entertainment came at the end, didn't it? Whereas,
I mean, what a goal. I'm sure we're going to talk about this, but it's, I mean, you're right. The end of that game was just phenomenal.
Yeah.
Did you see how high he got his leg?
Yeah. It was literally the full length on it straight. He took that.
Insane. Let me read you this. This is from the weekend. Saw it on X, so I'm assuming this is all true. I think it makes sense. Just skim reading it now. This weekend, Liverpool didn't win, Arsenal didn't win, Man City didn't win, Villa didn't win, Real Madrid didn't win, Barcelona didn't win, Bayern Munich didn't win, Juventus didn't win, AC Milan didn't win, and PSV didn't win.
Can you imagine you had an accumulator on that?
Imagine that.
Can you imagine? Obviously, you
Coupon
couldn't
busters.
ever do it, but can you imagine? That'd be worth a few quid.
Crazy.
We need to reference this. This will be the last one because we're going into the winter break.
Yeah.
Where we're going to hibernate for a couple of weeks. It's mainly down to the fact that we can do whatever we like, and we never did it as players. So
I think this is the most exciting league in the world, as it shows, and it needs time to.
well, we don't need. We don't want fatigue setting in the new year, do we?
So we're not following the English model.
No, we're going to go for the continental one.
But also, I think the problem is we do this podcast once a week on a Friday. The game's over Christmas. It's like silly season.
Well,
We
it's
said it
relentless.
before. It feels like when you come out of the tolls, and there's just no road markings. It's just you don't know where you're at. Do you?
Wacky races.
Oh, it's wacky races. This next bit.
No,
Good
exactly
luck.
right. It's a difficult one to manage. And also, I think, no one really listens as well. There's loads of stuff going on, over Christmas and stuff to do and things like that. So we'll reconvene in January.
You do say that we're going to have a Christmas Day podcast. I've been told it's not going to be the best, or there's no particular reason to listen to it, but it will be there if you
It'll be there.
so wish.
Two guys that could be listening to that would be Gary O'Neill and Russell Martin. They're obviously
Difficult, yeah. I
Have
was at
they
the
got
game.
sacked at the perfect time, just in a kind of just on a personal level?
Well, with regards to that, like if they get sacked kind of 5th of Jan, it's much worse than being sacked now. I mean, if you're going to get sacked, you might as well get sacked now. Because, you can have a nice Christmas.
pre-Christmas.
Family, yeah.
This is what I mean. It's out the two things. No one wants to get sacked.
No,
right?
of course
no
not.
one wants to get sacked. We're not wishing it on anyone. But if you were to get sacked, you'd rather it happen now, I think, in any job.
It's very similar to when we were playing it. If no one wants to get suspended, but if you were to get suspended over the Christmas period, it's like the worst time to get
I got
suspended.
injured once in night at Stoke just before Christmas, and he gave me Christmas Day off. There's no point in me being in, and I sent a picture of a glass of wine to the WhatsApp group for the boys. Just to wish him a Merry Christmas at home.
I think, we were in training that in the evening, I think, and we were travelling to a hotel. Just got a little picture of the nice glass of red.
Yeah. But we should talk about that side of it then. So two sackings same day.
Felt
You was there.
Felt
I was
like,
there, yeah.
I
I was
was
at-
like it was coming.
He was
I was
there.
at
He was
Tottenham,
there.
Southampton. Yeah, I was there.
It was hostile, wasn't it?
It was a bit,
Wow.
one thing about Southampton fans though, they're like, we actually walked through because Aaron Ramsdale was, friend of the pod was on
Good
there.
passing of the pod
Yeah,
as well.
they passed the pod
Did he?
actually.
Yes.
Yeah. I mentioned,
Very good.
pushing back stronger, and it was well
Got a
received.
little smirk there from
Little smirk, yeah. Aaron, he knew
Yeah.
what was happening.
Yeah.
But it was good. It was great to chat to him as well. But it's a real difficult situation for him because it's the first time he's done his punditry and things. And side go and lose 5. It was 4-0 in the first 20 minutes, and it was a case of freaking hell, like how many. Russell Martin, to be fair to him, he had to make a change. He had to go 3 at the back. He brought Wood on, and it was better. And they contained them, but it was miles off it. It was disappointing for them.
Yeah.
But what I was about to say, sorry about the Southampton fans, is it wasn't toxic. I can imagine, we walked outside the stadium and it wasn't, certain there'd be lots of other clubs where you wouldn't want to walk outside after a game like that.
Yeah.
It wasn't like that. And I don't think they'll ever be like that. But they did voice their concern about the way that it was going, and no one's seeing anyone sacked, but it wasn't going well, was it?
Did you feel from the fans that was towards the club or towards the manager?
A bit of both. I think it was more towards the manager, if I'm honest. the feeling around the stadium was it was the manager. I don't feel like it was, because one thing they were doing, they were supporting the players. You know, it was mainly aimed at the manager. And I think, you know, Russell Martin's been in football long enough. He knows that that's the nature of the beast. If you're the manager, you accept responsibility for whatever reason for the results.
He's a good manager, I think.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, this is the thing. You see these guys bring their teams up, you know, and it is a sad reality of it that you have that much happiness and go into the season, and then ultimately this is where it ends up. But, you know, hopefully before too long they move on. Hopefully Southampton do better and do well, and then they look back on Russell Martin's time with being the promotion that they had.
I remember speaking to managers before, and they've all said that you need to understand getting sacked and not take it personally, because it's going to happen to everyone, every single manager. Sacked. You know, 1%. Well, I don't know what. You know, I just made that up, but they said the very small percentage of managers go through there, you know, without being sacked. I can't.
They probably can argue that they've not got a dissimilar record to Pep at the moment. So again, if you're going to get sacked, what about Wolves then? Thoughts there, because he came out quite fiery in the press conference. If you saw that.
There was a bit of a divide there, wasn't there?
Kind of putting it on the players a little bit, quite publicly, understandably maybe.
Yeah, I think what he was trying to relay was it's the same kind of mistakes happening, and I can't cover up for these mistakes. Like if it's the same kind of players that's doing it, and then we're coming on stuck by that. That's not acceptable.
Well, my issue was the indiscipline of the players, like, you know, fighting with each other.
Yeah, that kicked off.
But it's just a couple of games where it happened. You know, the handshake with Jared Bowen as well, and you know that was very unsavoury, wasn't it? And then, but I suppose that just reflects really badly on the control of the manager, doesn't it?
So, in your experience, then, I guess the big question is: does firing the manager on an underperforming team, fighting to stay up, does it really help with your chances of not getting relegated?
Well, I've been in that situation when I was at Fulham, and it didn't. But they was quick. I thought they was too quick to make the decision as well. So you feel like if they were just stuck at it for a bit longer, then we could have got out of trouble. But I think they want to see an initial reaction, don't they? Yeah. That's what they want to see. And if they don't get that, then it's a case of...
But it's difficult for me as well. I played with Gary O'Neill, and I know what he's like as a person. I know what he's like as a manager. I know some of the staff.
Yeah.
And like, obviously, I believe in him like 1,000,000%. I've seen him work. I think he's a great manager. He's just might be just the wrong kind of environment for him at this time. But he will be a manager again, no doubt.
Yeah, definitely.
Should we get into this week's games?
Let's do it.
Okay, this next part of the podcast is supported by Paddy Power. It's the big weekend fixture. This is Spurs versus Liverpool. Are Spurs back? Have they Chumbawambered?
Do you reckon?
I'm asking you.
Some weeks they're brilliant, and then the next week, like City, 4-0,
right.
and then the next week they'll go and lose.
I don't think any Spurs fans now are looking at that game thinking they are completely back, because this game, for instance, could really let them down.
Are they in a bit of a predicament with this game? Just looking at how teams are dropping points at the top, that to keep Arsenal from winning or potentially catching up on Liverpool, there's an extra onus here, isn't there?
Yeah.
I mean, if you think about it.
Yeah.
Or, let me put it the other way. Not that they'll play like this, but just to entertain a certain scenario. If Spurs don't want Arsenal to win, they want Liverpool to go further ahead, don't they?
No, they won't start thinking that.
Well, you're saying because Arsenal and Chelsea are probably the closest to them at the moment.
So
I don't think it's too early for all this. And Ange proved it last year, you know, even when it was, you know, right near the end of the season, you know, he was still professional about it. Liverpool are big favourites here. They are 7-10. 10 against you, £17. Spurs are 3-1 at home. Which tells a story, I think. Having said that, though, James Maddison's performance, I thought the midfield in general the other night, Bergvall, Sarr, really, really good. Obviously, a lot of players weighing in with some goals. Liverpool obviously stuttered, but they had the sending off with Andy Robertson.
Yeah, didn't see that one coming. That Fulham Liverpool game at Anfield.
Decent for them, though. At the moment.
He's getting a lot out of them. But Liverpool at home, it was, and I've still said this. There's going to be a lot more points dropped. Not necessarily losses. I can see like draws like that on the weekend. This is a tough one to call. This it really is because Spurs on their day are very good. But even when they go 2-0 up at half time, you're still thinking they can chuck the towel in here.
Exactly right, and that's the problem with them. Do you know what? An unlikely goalless draw, if you fancy that one. I can't imagine many people are saying this, but it's 20-1.
Oh, yeah, well, I'd be shocked.
It can't happen, can it, with these teams?
Surely the public are not saying a 0-0 draw.
I'm just looking up the public scores
Surely
at the moment.
not.
It is a... They're not saying that. What are you boys going to go with?
You can go first, mate.
Difficult one for me, this. Obviously, I've got big allegiances to both of these clubs.
Of course.
I thought Spurs were brilliant the other night, but I think Southampton gave them
way too much
freedom of some areas, to be honest. This will be a very different game. There will be goals in this game, and I think it will be end to end. You know, I think it'd be really exciting, but I fancy Liverpool to edge this. And I think it'll be really tight, but I think when Spurs open up more, I think Liverpool could score more. So I am going to say this is Liverpool 3-1.
3-1. Well,
I think it'll be a tight game.
I think that's a good shout.
It
could go either way.
This fixture has 5 goals per game over the last 3 meetings.
Wow.
There's not been a goalless draw since 2015.
Interesting. Well, I'm going just under 5, but...
So you're going to go 3-1.
3-1.
Liverpool.
Yes.
You think Spurs score
3-1. Are you going to ding that in?
Ding. You know what we need? We need a dinger, don't we? An actual dinger.
Yep.
All right, Sids, do you want to go next? I've got an answer here.
Well, go on, you go first. You go first.
Okay, well, yeah, as ever, just on Instagram, just getting the scores from there. So thank you, Ryan, Ollie, Andrew, Kyle, Andy, Eleanor. There's, as ever, loads of messages.
Any full names?
Do you want a couple of full
Please,
ones?
if you don't mind.
Mikey Bell.
Oh, yeah.
Drew Edwards. Sorry, why is that funny? Mikey Bell.
My Bell. Mike Bell. Mike Bell.
James Bonser.
Oh, no, he's just taking a piss out of you, son. James Bonser. 008.
James Bonser.
They're mugging you off, son. 100%.
You're not mugging me off, mate. You're mugging them off. Will Mullins. Owen Cox.
Willie Mullins? He's a fucking horse racing trainer.
Sam Minter. There's loads of good ones. James Longman.
Hey, mugging you off, I'm telling you now.
Harry Edwards. Harry Whisker. Is it Harry Whisker? It's a Harry Whisker. Look, his name's Harry Whisker.
So we'll talk about names. I see this come up on my socials the other day. You know the like Peloton things. So it's where people, obviously there's a leaderboard and the instructor names out the guys or girls' names on the leaderboard. Have you seen it? Have you seen this?
I think so, yeah.
Loose gun.
Hugh Janus. I'm on to you.
Buster Cherry, happy birthday. Great to see you.
Dixie Normus.
But I will say the name, Craven Moorhead.
So Vandercox, I see.
Shout to Mike on happy birthday.
Drew Peacock.
Oh, it's good.
Eileen Ulick, I see you.
Jack Mayhoffer, happy
Drew Peebles.
Mike Hockener, happy birthday.
Bill McCrevis, 20.
Oliver Closehoff.
Bill McCracken, happy Dixie Rack. And Hugh Janus having at my leaderboard.
Colonel Angus. Sleepy Joe. Yo, I didn't mean to say that. Genitalia, happy 1000. You totally got me with that name. Stefanda Cox, happy birthday to you.
I've been done by Jenny Taylor so many times on the radio, by the way. Yeah, because it doesn't, all the others come up on your screen a bit suspicious.
Yeah.
But Jenny Taylor is the most innocent.
It's just so, I mean, it's just why is that even funny? Do you know what I mean? It's just like a description of a...
Craven Moore.
It's just...
What's their face when they realise?
Drew Peebles.
Drew Peebles.
Drew Peebles. But this is my problem. It's just like when we talk about sex education, you know, like just the little gags, like genitalia is just, you're just describing what is a part of our body. Why is it so funny?
Right, back to
we're still in the middle of Spurs Liverpool, yeah?
back to your
How's that happen?
prediction. Sorry.
The middle of the predictions.
Sorry,
right in the middle of it.
sorry. What was your prediction? You haven't said it.
Oh, yeah. Right, so the people I'm going to say on behalf of the people, I'm going to go Liverpool 2, Spurs 1.
Okay.
Yeah, 2-1.
Is that dinged?
Ding.
Okay. I'm going to go for Liverpool 2, Spurs 0. Ding. No goals. No goals for Spurs.
No goals for Spurs.
Sorry.
That's a big call. All right, interesting. We do have the Paddy boost. This is the odds on the bet builder. Will be boosted by 20% and put on the special section of the website and app. This is where we pick one each. I'm going to go for a player to be carded. I'm thinking the centre halves are still out.
Yeah.
And I think Dragerson will play, so I think he'll be carded.
Okay.
Player to score or assist, we'll go Salah.
Okay. I've got a player to be fouled one or more times. I'm going to go with Maddison.
Yeah. Nice.
I think that's a good one.
Yeah, I get that. Okay, odds are correct at time of recording. Please gamble responsibly. Moving on, boys, to, I suppose a different end to the table, really. Leicester versus Wolves.
Another hard one to call this, isn't it?
Yeah, will they have a new manager bounce, Wolves? Vitor Pereira's come in. So he has got a good CV behind him. I know he was in the Saudi League, but he's obviously managed some big clubs before this.
Yeah.
Obviously, the Portuguese situation makes sense with regards to the players that they've got and striking a balance in the dressing room.
Yeah.
Obviously, Ruud van Nistelrooy is the new manager of Leicester, so it's been similar players, but very different approaches maybe from them both.
Yeah.
Difficult one to call.
Well, going from experiences, I'm sure you probably have had this as well. When a new manager comes in, you want to play well, especially that first game. So training sessions, he would have had 2 or 3 days probably build up to this. Like you'd expect the lads to be at it. The first game, Leicester away, you'd expect there to be a bounce, wouldn't you, for Wolves? But then Leicester as well, you know, Ruud van Nistelrooy is in.
Yeah.
Players want to be in the team, want to be playing every week. This is another close game. I think this is a hard weekend that the guys have picked.
It's a really hard one to call.
There was actually a shout from a few people that we do Desmonds for all of them. 3 Desmonds.
Really?
2-2, 2-2, 2-2. Which we've never done before. But
I've done the 3 draws before.
have you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel it was the first actually.
Yeah, it didn't work out well for me, I must say.
I think this is a hard one to predict. Leicester have only managed 3 wins in their opening 16.
They're at home though. Wolves have had some big defeats recently. Last 4 games they conceded 12 goals, only scoring 4. And the defeats have come to Everton, Bournemouth, West Ham and Ipswich. Yeah. And that was obviously why the writing was on the wall for Gary O'Neill. Yeah. I think there's some good players in that dressing room.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. It's just how they've been reacting, isn't it? This is tough.
Thing is, ordinarily, I think your head goes Leicester on this one. Ordinarily. However, given the circumstances, you challenge it. But I'm not going to challenge it. I'm going to stick with Leicester, I think. So I'm going to go Leicester 2, Wolves 1. I'll ding that in.
I'm edging on a draw here. And I'm going to say it's going to be 1-1. I can't say 0-0, Ross, because if a goal goes in, you know what I mean. I'm going to go 1-1 for this. Score, draw, ding.
Okay, this is interesting.
Do you know, I'm looking at this now. A lot of people are saying 1-0. That could serve you well, young Sids.
Okay, so the reason this game's interesting is because I'm going to go for a Wolves win here. I think Wolves could nick this 2-1.
Oh,
I'm going to ding that in.
Oh, so someone's winning.
They're all saying 1-0 here. All right, good. Well, that keeps it exciting for this one.
Very interesting. Okay, 2 sides now. I always enjoy watching, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
Brentford versus Forest. Forest have been on obviously an unbelievable run.
Flying. And Brentford obviously home form is outrageous.
Yeah.
Outrageously good.
Absolutely unbelievable. And obviously we've been right behind Chris Wood on this podcast.
Up the wood.
Yeah.
Well, you back Wood, don't you? Oh, regularly.
Yeah, every weekend.
Strong wood is always a good thing. Fantastic stuff. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Are you composed?
I'm good, mate. I'm good. Brentford. I like. I don't know when I'm going to grow up. I really don't. But I'm happy with it.
I'm just looking on recent results in this game. 3-2 Brentford, 1-1, 2-1 Brentford, 2-2, 1. A few draws there.
A few draws in there.
Few draws.
Well, Forest are going great, aren't they? And I love watching them play at the moment. It's good to see. But I've got a real soft spot for Brentford. I was actually out for a few beers, literally round the corner from the ground the other day. Obviously, it's where I'm from. Martin mates from Ealing.
How was that?
We had a lovely
Christmas
time.
do, was it?
Little Christmas do, yeah. Like kind of some of my pals that we used to go to the Samrat with, and this and that. We didn't actually end up at the Samrat. We went to a lovely Jamaican restaurant called Turtle Bay. Believe it or not, yeah.
Turtle Bay?
It's Turtle Bay, yeah.
What did you have in there?
I had the jerk chicken since, yeah.
But you are across Turtle.
Brilliant.
Are you across Turtle Bay as a thing?
No, I didn't know. I've never heard of it.
Am I going mental?
He's yeah, you're right.
What?
Turtle Bay is in the same Turtle Bay that's like across the UK, yeah?
Never heard of it.
That's like going, I popped into a lovely little place called McDonald's.
Oh, really? Is it like that? I've never seen it.
No, well, it's not the same as that. But it might be going like,
Yeah, never heard of it.
lovely steak, Miller and Carter.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's just like,
really?
it's a place,
It's just like a
right?
big like Nando's or something.
Yeah.
I've never been.
I never knew that.
I had no idea. It used to be the Rat and Parrot when I was there last.
It's just the way you said, lovely little Jamaican place.
Never seen it.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's good then.
Yeah.
that's
Like, obviously, I opened my eyes. I didn't. I've sampled Caribbean food before, but like this was nice. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Did you visit a few little old stomping grounds? Was it like,
Yeah, so what I'm saying is obviously like the reason we went there, one of the reasons was that it was our old stomping ground in that little quarters, that was where old Yateses used to be, Finnegan's Wake, O'Neill's, Rat and Parrot.
So where is
Boulevard.
this? Is this in Ealing?
Yeah, right in Ealing, just right by the Broadway Centre there.
Did you pop to the North Korean embassy? Or?
No, it was right by there. But we had a few in there. Oh, sorry, we all get back to Brentford. The reason we talk about it is because Brentford, I was around that area. So I went to a few of the pubs there.
God,
Shout out to someone in there's a really nice lady in the New Inn, actually. Tottenham fan.
Yeah.
She looked after us in there.
We should go back to the Samurai. We've said this before. We need to get back in there.
Well, it'll be my first visit, but I'm up.
You've never been?
No.
That feels a reason alone to go, doesn't it?
It really does. Yeah.
Introduce Sid to the...
Yeah. It almost feels like you need that to be almost christened into the podcast properly.
Yeah,
like.
welcomed in properly.
Yeah.
We could do, when they blood people, we could just put like a little bit of Madras across your forehead like that. Just blood you in. As long as they didn't have an Irish coffee.
Good.
That's quite good. We could do some sort of ceremony, like initiation ceremony. Admittedly, it's quite late on in the day for it, but all the same, it doesn't feel like. Yeah,
Let's organise that.
yeah,
100% to go.
Wow.
All right. Anyway, that's kind of just Brentford as an area, but as a team, what are we seeing?
Oh,
Tricky.
I'm going to go straight in here. I'm going to go for a Brentford win. I'm going to say 2-1 to Brentford because they're home form for me.
Yeah,
I like it.
I'm going to go 2-1 as well.
Okay, I'm going to go for a great game. 3-2.
Oh,
3-2 to Brentford.
that's a good shit. Oh, so we've all gone Brentford.
Oh, so have we all gone? We've all gone Brentford.
Yeah, I should ding mine
I
in.
was tempted to go another way then.
You dinged, didn't you?
I've not dinged yet.
No,
Is it not dinged?
No, I'll ding mine in.
So you're saying 2-1?
I'm going to say 2-1 the Bees.
What did I say? 3-2?
3-2. I like that.
Do you know
I like
what?
it.
I might go.
But you saying that Forest have got a good chance of winning this?
This is what I mean. Like, this could be where I get some points here. What's that? How many goals have Brentford scored recently?
Loads. Look,
Loads.
Woody's just flying.
Wood is banging.
Wood is flying high.
All right, I'm gonna go different just for the sake of
Oh, hit you.
yeah. So then it comes down to, do I go 2-2 draw, Forest win? No, I'm not sure on. That's tricky.
There has been a lot of draws.
There has been a lot of draws. Go on, I'll go 2-2.
Okay.
And I'll ding it in.
All right, lovely. Good luck this week, gentlemen.
Yeah, we need a big week.
And can you have less, be less vulgar on the WhatsApp
Sorry,
group?
it's just, I'll tell you what it is when I've had a beer.
Is that what it is? Yeah. Very aggressive on the WhatsApp, isn't he, Sid?
Big,
Very
big,
aggressive.
like,
When his
huge
result
nibble.
doesn't go to plan,
Yeah.
very aggressive on the WhatsApp. Just saying to bear in mind.
Fuck this league.
Yeah.
Fuck
Fuck this league was the quote, I think. Yeah. Sid, we've not had any submissions for entertaining since. None. Because I think they're a little bit scared of you now, Sid.
Do you think?
Yeah, I think you've been a bit tad harsh
Do you reckon?
with people's videos. It might be putting off a few people. Will you change tactics in 2025 or will you remain true to yourself, as they say on the X Factor?
Come on, guys. I mean, some that have come in have been quite funny, and we've given that the thumbs up. But there's been some poor ones, hasn't there? Eh?
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree with
Do
you.
you not think?
Yeah, I
Yes.
agree. But the fact we got none this week worries me. Not one person.
Well, it's,
Do you know what it is?
they're worried about
Well,
you.
no, that's exactly what it is. It's new fucking woke people.
Woke nonsense.
That's exactly what it is.
What do you mean?
Well, they're arseholes have fell out. And they're like, I don't want to be exposed.
No one wants to be judged by you, you mean?
Whatever you've got, send it in. Let us judge you.
Utter woke nonsense.
Isn't it just?
Right, guys, we've got a shirt here.
Okay.
This is Gary. He says, guys, I've not specifically seen this, but my music teacher sent me these photos. And one of her clients bought her a Christmas present. Her client is not a football fan, and she has not got the heart to tell her, I'm sorry, but I am pissing myself.
Oh, what is
so
this?
This is the picture of it. We haven't seen this yet either. There's a Spurs shirt there, and on the back of it is on the back of the Spurs shirt is Saka 7.
Surprised they printed that.
Wow.
I am surprised they printed that.
Is that a wind up?
Well, like, how have they? Well, like, that's got to be a legitimate shirt printer. Oh, you see, look, there's no Premier League logos on the shirt.
Yeah.
It's a Backstreet Printers.
I'm not totally sure on the kit there myself.
It looks a bit of a Moody kit. As well.
Everything about this is moody. No.
It's a Moody kit. They are
So
around.
one of her clients has potentially bought her the fake shirt.
Well, to be honest, the client, like you say, has got probably gone. Look, this replica kit here. How much are they now? They're £100 now, aren't they? Something. I can pay this, or I could buy this one, which is the exact same from the market store, and they'll print up a name of my choice. Saka. Well, I think in the words of what's on the back of her shirt, if it's your client, Saka.
Very good. Very, very good. Oh.
All right, then. This is from Caroline. Says, hello, Crouchy, Steve Stripswell.
This is catching on, isn't it?
And the Barbecue C. Love the podcast. So you wish you could take your shirt off like Mo Salah? I can help with that. Yes, we were talking about this on the podcast, weren't we? About how he can remove his shirt two-handed over his head. It's incredible. I am working with the Dream Boys, the world-renowned all-male dance troupe.
Wow.
And we'd love to get together with you to teach you how to strip your shirt off.
Oh, no.
And
I can see
anything
the
else
next
you're
video
interested
already.
in.
I can see the next video already.
This could be the forfeit. In this sexy way. What a superb video that would be for all of our socials. It could go viral. If you want to take this further in the new year, drop me a note. We'll make it happen. Caroline. Well, Caroline, what a job that is.
Caroline.
Caroline.
I've got a feeling we know what the forfeit is.
Oh.
This is worrying.
Do you know what we should get? We should get a Mo Salah lookalike and bring him along to the Dream Boys troupe.
Wow.
Just cause mayhem online.
Oh, look! Have a look at some of these pictures, lads. Obviously, just off
Your
camera.
missus is partial to the Dream Boys, isn't she? Didn't she go to them?
She
Or was
done
it
a,
Magic
Have a look
Mike?
at
She
that
done
one.
the Magic Mike.
Lads, have a look at that one. Look at that one down the bottom left.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
Oh, shit.
That would be brilliant. Imagine Mo Salah in that show a lookalike just sprinting through the crowd, whipping his shirt off and just throwing
I
it.
think also the loser of the like two separate ends. One Mo Salah lookalike, that fella who works at Anfield, Steward. That one, and then like the loser of the forfeit, and then bang with the Dream Boys, one little move and off.
You got to respect their craft, haven't you? The Dream
Well, they
Boys.
look great, don't they? Let's be honest.
I done the.
Look at that picture on them.
I had to strip off for the last. Jesus.
Have you ever been to one of these shows? What actually happens other than?
I shudder to think.
But when the clothes are off, is there a story to it? Is there like
Yeah, I imagine so.
So that it's like a theatre show, is it? Where their clothes fall off?
No, I think it's like a theatre show. It's like a show where they just dance.
So what I mean is,
It's like a strip show.
So 3-4 minutes in, right? They take off their clothes,
Yeah.
or is it a slow strip over an hour? Or are they constantly taking off their clothes, putting them on?
Yeah, no, I
taking
think
them
it'll
off?
be all different looks, won't there? There'll be
different
cowboy,
costumes.
Got you.
cowboy, sailor.
So they say do one song, take off all their clothes,
Yeah.
and then do you watch? I assume they do this off stage. They then put their clothes back on,
Yeah, another set of clothes like
and then go again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then they're off, reclothe, back on,
Yeah.
like that.
But it's a bit more of a show, isn't it? I think they go out into the crowd and they might pull.
Yeah, well, we've all seen
Individuals
that. You
up.
choose one person in the crowd,
Yeah.
and then they come up and they're on a chair in the middle of the.
Yeah.
I'm just fascinated as to like what the sort of storyline is.
Why don't you go? We'll get you tickets. More than happy.
Caroline can sort you out, mate. No problem.
More than happy.
If you want to go, mate. If you want to get involved in
Well,
that.
are you intrigued?
Well, I'm slightly intrigued now. Yeah.
By you?
Well, listen,
go?
you know.
Look, I'm not. You know,
We could organise it.
Listen, because I'll be honest with you, I organised the darts this year.
I know,
But
no.
we could, I mean, Dream Boys could be a situation.
No, well, yeah. I mean, yeah. I don't
Let's
know.
see if Caroline can give us the VIP treatment.
Ross, could you, if you don't mind keeping in touch with Caroline, and we'll find out, you know, we'll definitely be in touch in the new year. There's something to do with this, a link between this podcast and the Dream Boys that we'd love to stay in touch with.
You're right. You know how like towns twin. It feels a bit like that. This podcast should twin with the Dream Boys. I do think there's something in that.
Yeah.
Right.
Don't get that with the overlap.
No,
Certainly not. Certainly not.
don't think they've twinned with anyone actually. All right, lads. Well, so I think we should wrap it up there.
Yeah.
Good luck this week.
Yeah, I just want to say, have a very Merry Christmas to you and your king, and regards to all your families out there.
With regards to all your families, yeah.
Yeah.
We haven't really talked about it too much, but I am really enjoying the amount of messages I'm now getting.
I love
So
it.
regards to you,
Regards
regards
to
to your
your
family.
family.
Really
Ross is
formal, you know. I like it.
But at this Christmas time, I don't know why I'm trying to talk so profound. But at this merry festive time, you know, peace and love and goodwill to you all.
Yeah. Up the donkey.
Yeah, and also with you.
Remember, Chris, a turkey in the oven is better than 2 in the butcher's. Cheers, guys.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas.